Hi, this is Will at Ayrshire Trailers, and this is our first delivery of the brand new race sport from Brian James. So it's not often I actually get excited about a trailer, but I've got to be honest, even I on this occasion was quite happy to see this roll up, because there are a lot of improvements that have been made compared to the old model. First thing you'll notice is it's in black, not white, which was the only colour available on the old range. Second of all, we've got a major facelift. So we've got the rounded nose cone as opposed to the slightly more box section nose cone. And there's an awful lot of other updates as well. So alloy wheels now, as is with all their car transporters, come as standard equipment. We have gone from a maximum 3-ton gross weight on the 5 and 5.5 metre models to 3,500 kilogram, 3.5 ton, which is great. Obviously gives you a huge amount more payload. This particular one here, which is the 5 metre by 2.1, another change, we can go 2.1 on the width now, whereas we were before limited to the 2 metre width on the 5 metre. But it basically gives us the opportunity now to carry an awful lot more. So we've got a payload on this one. This weighs unladen about 1,350 kilos, so about 2,150 payload on the 3.5 ton. The other massive improvement is that along with the A transporter, the race sport can now tilt. It's now a tilt bed. So it's not standard equipment, it's not on this particular model, but it is a retrofit option as well. So the trailer can now tilt. Now, as we come round, to show you some of the other things that we've noticed that we really like. Secondly, these door handles, much better door handles than the old compression locks. Seals improved, so we've got a huge amount more seal, both inner and outer. We've got, for the winch system, which now is standard rather than an option, it's a wireless system, so very, very handy, and you've got everything sat here in the door as well, nice and convenient and accessible. Same kind of style side access door at the front for the path height doors. As you can see inside, you've got there the winch, the control for the winch, and all the isolator, chargers, etc., and you've got the wheel chocks that come as standard, as well as the front storage tray at the front as well. I'll just open this up, because the other thing you'll notice is that this used to be a gull wing door. It used to open vertically, and it's now a side door. So I'll just get up here and I'll open the front access hatch as well, which is lockable, and you get the straps there as well as standard equipment. An awful lot more comes as standard equipment than these, as well as on the insides, just hidden away nicely, you've got interior LED lighting, strip lighting all the way down the side of the trailer. So, you know, if it gets darker evenings, you get the daylight roof on these, but as it gets darker, you're still able to see what you're doing, and that's now standard equipment. Another big improvement, drop down legs, standard equipment. The sport legs are there. I'll just pop those down either side, not that we particularly need to as we're not unloading, but again, this used to be a split ramp at the back, and I always thought it was a little bit fiddly, if I'm being honest. Whereas now we've got this centre latch here, and it's a huge improvement. One door all the way down, rather than that scissor door on the previous models. There are still fairly large selection of options you can get on these. You can get the front door stations. That's not a sort of prefabricated option now. It gives you space at the front if you don't want to have that option. You can have the rear loading lamps as well. So as you open the ramp, it will illuminate, the tail ramp and what you're loading. We've opted on this model for the side reverse lights, because I think that's a really good thing to have, just as you're reversing. If it's dark, you can actually kind of see what's happening either side of you. We've put those. They are a factory fit option rather than a kind of retrofit option, which is why we opted that at this point. Pricing wise, the base trailers, this is the 5 metre by 2.1, 3.5 tonne. So the base top price of the trailer is £19,800 plus VAT. Obviously, there is still a huge amount of optional equipment you can have on these, but really this has moved the model on massively from where it was with the winch, the ability to tilt, 3.5 tonne, solid ramp rather than the scissor ramp, drop down leg. There's so much standard equipment that used to be optional on these. It really has moved the evolution of this trailer on leaps and bounds, and we're really impressed with it, to be fair to Brian James. So we've got this in stock. We're going to try and keep a couple of these in stock. This in the 5.5 metre. If you want to book an appointment and come down and see us, do feel free. Let's just have a look around. Get in touch.
Telephone number 01294 493 774.